Unicorns in Africa, the mystery of one-horned animals in rock art. Postdoctorate researcher David M. Whittleson takes a look at the significance of one-horned animals in southern African rock art. One-horned creatures are found in myths around the world. Although unicorns in different cultures have little to do with one another, they have multiple associations in European thought. For example, the Roman natural historian Pliny the Elder wrote about unicorns in the 1st century AD. The unicorn features in both medieval Christian and Celtic beliefs and is Scotland's national animal. The unicorn prominence in European culture spread across the globe with colonization. In southern Africa, colonial European ideas encountered older indigenous beliefs about one-horned creatures. I've highlighted this in recent research articles about some of the region's rock art. Unicorns in Africa. In the age of natural science, unicorns were gradually dismissed as mythical rather than biological creatures, but some thought that real animals with single horns might yet exist in the unexplored wilds of Africa. A famous search for such evidence was carried out by the English traveller, writer and politician Sir John Barrow, who lived between 1764 and 1848. He'd heard rumors about unicorns from the colonists and local people who encountered on his southern African travels. One of those rumors was that unicorns were depicted on the rock paintings made by the indigenous San or Bushmen inhabitants of the region. Barrow searched unsuccessfully for them. Then in mountains in what's now Eastern Cape Province, he found and copied an image of a unicorn. But many were skeptical of his claims. His published copy resembles a European engraving rather than San rock painting. More generally, critics have argued that rock paintings of unicorns were probably inspired by side-on views of gemsbok or South African oryxes, antelope with long straight horns, or by rhinos, which might have one horn in India but have two in southern Africa. My research concludes that these criticisms don't take into account several factors that have since come to light. My paper provides further support for the claims that some sand rock paintings do indeed depict one-horned creatures. Multiple rock depictions. Early documented rock paintings of one-horned creatures are known from the 19th and 20th century copies by British geologist George Stowe and South African teacher M. Helen Tung. I draw attention to additional examples of rock paintings of one-horned creatures. Collectively, these show that rock paintings of one-horned creatures cannot be dismissed as naturalistic profile views of two-horned creatures, one horn covering the other. The second way in which my research engages with early criticisms is to draw attention to previously overlooked indigenous beliefs concerning one-horned beings. The evidence suggests that the unicorns in indigenous mythical beliefs and rock art are actually animal-like forms of rain known as rain animals. Tung's colleagues and co-worker Dorothea Bleek compared Stowe's and Tung's copies and suggested in 1909 that rock paintings of one-horned antelope were probably kinds of rain animals which she knew from Bushman myths. Rain animals feature prominently in San rituals and myth and art. They take many forms, ranging from four-legged creatures to serpents. They were ritually captured and slaughtered by San rainmakers to cause rain to fall in specified places. Many Sam myths tell of dangerous male rain, sometimes personified as Rain with a capital R, who turned pubescent girls and their families into frogs when the girls did not correctly observe their initiation taboos. Among other details, my paper highlights the fascinating and previously missed reference to one-horned water creature in one of the variants of the story told by man who was an expert storyteller. A water child or juvenile rain animal is said to have a single horn. The story was written down in phonetic script to record the sounds of the San Language by Lucy Lloyd, that's Bleak's aunt, and then translated into English. The girl in the story breaks the rules of her ritual puberty seclusion by going to a pond and catching fish like the children of the rain, which she cooks to eat, and after a few times she struggles to catch another one. Unlike the others, this last creature is a grown-up water, quote-unquote. We know what made it recognizably grow up. Unlike the others, it had a single horn that poked out of the water. We have therefore the actual Sam words, which translate as horned rain child, used to describe this kind of rain animal, which we find in the rock paintings in and around Eastern Cape. An intersection of beliefs. In the colonial period, indigenous people were exposed to European images of unicorns on crests, badges, and buttons, and through tails. In one of the recorded instances, indigenous people at the Cape saw the British royal coat of arms and commented on the unicorn on it. They recognized it as their god, but this description, translated into English from an unknown indigenous idiom, probably refers to the creature's mythical nature rather than the genuine godlike status. Foreign unicorn images may have gradually influenced local ones. Some rock paintings of one-horned creatures, dated by associated human figures in European dress to the colonial period, show horns pointing upward or forward, like European unicorn, rather than backwards like antelopes, such as the eland, on which many rock paintings of one-horned rain animals are modeled. One-horned animals depicted in rock art are not mere rhinos or antelope, nor are they the creatures of European myth. Indigenous belief helps us to explain that the uncanny resemblance between European unicorns and South African unicorns was pure chance. The mixing of foreign beliefs with local ones in colonial South Africa has hidden the independent indigenous creature. This is by David M. Whittleson, postdoctoral research fellow, University of Witwatersrand, and the article published on The Conversation here under Creative Commons on Unexplained Mysteries. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.